That softens the biscuits more before we put them into the toaster. Just a little reminder that we buy a lot of things for prepping, but a lot of times they might expire before we get to use them. In some cases it's good to use still, and sometimes it's not. The biscuit mix was not expired, but I like to keep that rotated. And we're making biscuits with gravy. I have this stuff to prepare real chicken gravy or white sauce gravy if I wanted to, but today I wanted to rotate out a can of cream and chicken condensed soup, which is great for many things. And it already has salt and things in it, probably more than I need. So we're mindful to keep a balance on that. So what I did was I poured it in the bowl, and instead of water, since I had milk, I added the milk to it, which gives it more of a consistency of like gravy. Then I added my flour, which I bought for baking. And it's self-rising flour, but it still can be used for dusting and other applications like thickener to use it up. So, used before date was August of 2020, but a little bit here and there uses it up. I wouldn't use it to make biscuits with at this point, but for dusting cookie sheets or making gravy or something like that, especially very salty gravy, it does what it needs to do. It doesn't need to add flavor. So we're going to do that. And we also have brown and served sausages. We got a box of them at the discount house. Way cheaper than if we even went to Walmart. And we brown these. And then in the same pan, without having to add any cooking oil or grease, like this, since we don't need the calories, we're going to pour a little of the grease out, maybe add a little water, poach the eggs right there in that pan. We're going to have poached eggs, sausage, biscuits, and gravy. So, keep in mind to use things before they become recycled things. And even if I decided not to use this flour, I'd compost it in the garden first. Mix it into soil or whatever. Not throw it into the trash can for the landfill. Because there are some trace minerals and stuff in there. Every little bit helps. And you mix it into your compost soil or into just some regular dirt. Mix it in real well, rake it in. Don't just dump it in a hole. Because that way it'll break down faster and less likely to attract any animals. So, especially old flour. Not many are going to want to eat that anyways. I tried to throw old crackers to the birds, and they take one bite and they don't come back. So even they know when something's good or not. So, keep that in mind. And take my coffee out of the microwave. And put my chicken gravy in. It's a little more chickeny than normal, but I could decide to add more flour and water if I wanted to and thin it out. And, well, it would thicken it, but it would thin out the chicken flavor. But I'm using the soup because it's time. So, rotate that stock. Don't let it go to waste. I hate to see people starving here in America and other people just throwing away hordes of food they can't eat. Or I've actually seen people throw it down in the bottom of the dumpster or open the cans and throw it in and throw bleach on it and make sure nobody else can eat it. We got to start thinking better, wiser, and nicer. Hope you all have a good night and stay warm.